Kenny Santos is the Director of National Sales at Aquagolf Transport Incorporated. He oversees the development and implementation of effective sales strategies for key accounts and new market opportunities. Mr. Santos has over 15 years of experience in the transportation logistics industry with a proven track record of delivering high-quality customer service, increasing revenue margins, and optimizing operational efficiencies. Please welcome Kenny Santos.
Very glad to join you guys. I'm going to give you a quick presentation of our company and what we do and how I started in the industry, made it to where I'm at right now, and a little bit more about the maritime transportation and logistics industry. Sorry. So at Aquagolf, we've always been dedicated to carrying your cargo with top-notch efficiency, flexibility at anything, anytime, anywhere. We have a portfolio of services that we're going to be talking about and how we handle anything from point A to point Z to our customers. We facilitate pretty much everything and provide customers with peace of mind. We pride ourselves on a heritage of transportation, and we started in 1966. Robert J. Brown founded Aquagolf with one truck. He was actually the driver of that truck, and he's always been a visionary. He saw the opportunity, and he started at Staten Island with one single truck, and proven to be a pioneer. You could see a picture of the truck he used to drive here at the right-hand side of that slide. And we have 102 trucks running the US as of now. We are a third-party logistics. We're the largest shipper to the Puerto Rico market. We touch pretty much every aspect of the logistics and transportation industry, from your trucking, your brokerage, your long shot, hot shots, warehouse distribution, everything, to the ocean portion where we have contracts with every single vessel carrier out there or vessel company out there servicing our customers. This is across the world. Aquagolf recognizes that the maritime industry is integral to the supply chain moving forward, and those who continuously find a way of supporting our maritime partners. This past year, or actually at the beginning of this year, we just got purchased by Saltchuk Tote Group company, Tote Group. So now we used to be considered the fourth carrier, being the largest shipper to Puerto Rico and the largest 3PL to Puerto Rico. We used to be considered that fourth vessel company. Well, now we are part of that vessel company. And this is, as you could see, it was on the pictures, it was a port tour in Jacksport, where we actually took a tour of the tote facilities. Great, very insightful, and a lot of information to learn. And hopefully you guys, if you're ever in Jacksonville and want to do a tour, feel free to let us know. You know, we could work something out with Jeremy or the Propeller Club to actually make that happen. Robert J. Brown is a visionary. He was very creative when he started with one truck and decided that, you know, diversifying our portfolio was the way to go. And as of today, Aquagolf happens to do anything from the logistics, trucking, warehousing, distribution. Puerto Rico being the largest market, we do consolidations, and we do LCL to Puerto Rico, brokerage, project cargo, and we do any type of full container loads and LCL services around the world. We put a little fun fact. You know how everybody actually still out or goes out there, and when you call them and you try to get a hold of them, you get a recording and how to go here, how to go there. We still have one person that actually answers the phone calls at Aquagolf, and, you know, sends everybody to the different locations. Depending on what the need is either warehouse and distribution, full container loads, LCL brokerage, or you got a gentleman like me that actually you could call and facilitate, much of that process. I wanted to show something really quick. This is one of the things that actually makes me more proud of our company, because every single day you don't know what you do in the logistics process until you actually sit down and understand your entire portfolio of services or your customers' needs. Here is a process where we actually take our customer or the product from origin A all the way to Z, and we see the final product. Those coils that you see on the screen are actually 12 to 15,000 pounds each, and you get to get at least 500,000 cans from each coil. Clean cuts, perfect cuts. You get the tabs on the side, and then go to the third picture is actually the machine where they go sideways, connect, and start cutting. They're perfect cuts. It's impressive when you see all that efficiency and machinery, working to what you're doing, to that coil that you brought in, that you transported, that you took to the warehouse, that you distribute to that facility. They do their part, cut perfect cans, then goes out and we pick it up again. We take it to the different locations to be filled up, etc. To then final product, which is what you see being delivered to the stores with in this case, the Monster. We pretty much touch every single aspect of it, from the pickup to the delivery to the first location, to the process on the plant, to then delivering to the distribution center, to then delivering to the stores. I started in the industry 23 plus years ago, and I started at the bottom, not knowing anything. Just a lot of friends that, were able to answer many of my questions at that time. So mentorship it's a big thing, at least with me. I did the customer service job. I started in a customer service, then went to warehouse, customer service, operations, sales, and senior management. Starting from the ground up, I gained firsthand knowledge of what it takes to deliver, excellent service, optimize supply chain, and build strong relationships. That helped me throughout my career to the point of today, where I am with national sales with AquaGulf. I was asked, what do I need? What do you need to get to a position like the one I have with AquaGulf? My recommendation is expand your expertise, expand what you like, find your niche, right? Find what makes you happy through the process. And it's really going to depend on what side of the business you want to work on. But normally we talk about sales and operations, but that's not the only thing that actually helps the logistics world. You could go into finance, you could go into marketing, you could go into maintenance, you could go into management. There's so many areas where you could develop yourself and be successful. Strongly recommend the business administration courses, or masters, your supply chain courses in sale negotiation, trades, international or domestic, so you could understand a little bit more about the needs, the negotiations, the trade specifically, to be able to talk about it and deal with it. I personally took business administration and management going through college, and then I continued into supply chain, Lean Six Sigma, and now at this time in my career, I am learning marketing. Lean Six Sigma is one that I strongly recommend when you get the opportunity to understand that you define, you measure, you analyze, you implement, and you control, falls into every single aspect, logistics, business management, etc. So if you have the opportunity to go into Lean Six Sigma, go ahead. I am a green belt. Black belts get a lot better opportunity in bigger projects, but I strongly, strongly recommend any Lean Six Sigma project. Belt, I'm sorry. When you get into this type of business, what else can Aquagolf offer, to any student looking for an opportunity? Well, you could get into the logistics and supply management. You could get into the operational or sales development aspect of the business. Technology, that was another one I didn't mention earlier. Technology, anything IT driven. As you know, the market keeps on getting more and more closer to technology to facilitate what we do. That doesn't mean that technology is going to drive, well, it might not drive our future. And as you can see, there is a lot of studies that actually say that we're going that way, but there's always a need for us behind it. Okay. And the knowledge and the information that you bring to the table and your skill sets are going to make the difference. The warehouse in transportation leadership, it's also a part of what Aquagolf could offer to students coming in and needing and having any type of or looking for opportunities. Sorry. To the left, you can see the management team of Aquagolf. We were at a trade show in Miami. Our trucks, the blue fenders, now you can see around 102 trucks going from Florida up to the Northeast and Midwest. In one of our buildings, this is 9400 Bush Drive. We have about 80,000 square feet. That is our what I would say one of our biggest assets. Besides the point that we could actually store dry freight, we could also do temperature, and we also have a rail siding in the back, which allows us to be a little bit more competitive and offer more options to our customers. Another question I was asked was if I had time to turn around and do something, what would I change in my career? I wouldn't change a lot. I've had a great career and great mentors. Nowadays, Sergio Sandrin, Robert M. Brown, Robert J. Brown, Alfredo Rivera, people that actually sit with me constantly. And even though that I have 23 plus years in the industry, working on the sales side operation, and so there's always great people in other points of view that actually help you get to where you need to go. I would definitely work harder on my mentorship or what I had as mentorship, get more to get my career started a little bit earlier, invest more in my sales training, my technology skill sets, especially going into this marketing, all these tools that are nowadays are available. I would definitely work on that. In my network. My network was key for my career. I've done a couple of presentations to students before. I've had the opportunity to sit with different universities and so, and I tell them the same thing. If you have the will, there is, you have the power. But the most important part when you get to that is the attitude that you put to what you want to do and how you want to do it. And getting to XY place and having the opportunity like the Propeller Club brings to you guys of having CEOs, vice president, hiring managers in the same location networking, and you don't take advantage of that, becomes kind of a loose tool right there. And that's not what you want to do. You want to take advantage of those opportunities. I started very young in my career, and I didn't understand that until later on, where I started taking advantage of it. I started taking time to actually network and developing my skills of how to talk to people. Simple way, simple questions, open questions, not yes or no questions, because that simplifies the conversation and it ends it there. So open questions so that that conversation lasted a little bit longer, and I had the opportunity to meet the person, or they had the opportunity to meet me. So that is it for my presentation about AquaGolf, one-stop shop. We have done it for almost 60 years and been able to provide peace of mind to our customers. That is our goal. Talked about a little bit about my career and me. If you have any questions, doubts, Jeremy?
Yes. Thank you, Kenny. In the Q&A portion, please put any questions that you have for Kenny and he'll answer those questions. So just click on questions and answers, and then he will answer any questions that you guys have. So as they're doing that, Kenny, would you, if you look at the different areas within like AquaGolf and stuff, we have people who are like mariners, and then we have people that are on the port. What kind of education or experience should they be getting even while they're in college?
So there is several courses with seafarers in other institutions that would actually give you courses to complete whatever you're studying. Definitely, I would get some of those. Lean Six Sigma and some others are actually very good courses to continue and add to your education. And definitely, I would add them to that curriculum.
Okay, so I have a question that says, can you tell us more about Lean Six Sigma and how it helps you in your work?
So Lean Six Sigma is the perfect way of eliminating waste processes while you do any type of task. Let's take it to the real world and something as simple as you're in the kitchen, you're doing breakfast, and you have everything. You have the toaster to your left, you have the bread to your right, you have the ham to your right, you have the cheese, centered, right area. And you go and you grab the bread and you come to the toaster, you put it, you go down, you press it down, you go back to the fridge and you grab the ham, bring it back, you go back to get the cheese, and you bring it, back to closer to the toaster because you want to be close, but you forgot the plate. So now you got to go back to get the plate. Lean Six Sigma will help you understand that you gotta define what the situation is. You gotta measure the data that you grabbed, right? That you collected. Then you're gonna analyze what your situation is, how to fix it, how to control it. So you define, you measure, you analyze, you implement any type. You got Kaizen solutions, or you have a little bit more deeper where you have to analyze the data a little bit more, and then you actually control what your implementation is. So this person in the kitchen, right, instead of doing 5-6 trips, the logical is we're going to go to the fridge, we're going to grab everything we need, including the plate, and instead of doing 5-6 trips, you did a round, you grabbed everything in the fridge, you went grabbed the plate, and now everything is working around the toaster, right? So I think that's the simplest way to tell you this is what Lean Six Sigma does. And obviously you could apply that. I've done projects for vessel companies, carriers, full carriers, and in operations where you have simple fix and you have others that are a little bit more detailed and difficult to process, but the data's there, the information's there for you to work it, implement, and then control any type of a fix.
Could you tell me a little about leadership and communication? Because as you work there, you're going to be dealing with other people as you're managing. So, for example, you might manage a truck driver or a forklift driver or a manager inside the office, and each person will have different personalities and in the way you communicate is going to be a little bit different. Could you explain how you could still communicate and inspire those people?
So the first thing I did every single day was have clear, concise conversations with each. What our task was, what our task is to accomplish that day, what the goals for the day are. You're gonna have multiple personalities. You got your up and down type of person. You got the one that's on high every single day. You got your lows. I had my boss used to tell me constantly, you know, wherever their low is, remember you got to be their high. And whenever they're high, you know, you try to be let them succeed and hit the, you know, with the right information, be their low. It's that combination of being together. You just got to listen. I would say listen to them, understand what the need is, be clear and concise on your instructions and whatever it is that needs to be accomplished. Set your goals, follow up on the process, and should be okay. Every equation obviously is going to depend on the person. Every outcome is going to depend on the goal. But understand that you have leaders, you have team players, you have people that together, if they row the same to the same location, you get there faster, right?
And so a final question here is about job opportunities. Where can I find job opportunities, maybe at Aquagolf or within the maritime industry?
So I would say the first thing is, you know, get with the representative at the club. You know, in your case with you, Jeremy, you could go directly to the different pages. Aquagolf has in our website, our page, you know, when we post our information. If not, you could go directly to our recruiter, JC Gotti. You could give them anybody my information, and I'll be more than glad to point them in the right direction. If you actually decide to go into our owners, Saltchuk, they have a web page with career information, and they could go there and check what the opportunities are. And that actually varies all the way from the US to Alaska and so on and so far.
All right. Thank you so much. We appreciate all your time and taking your time out of your personal and professional life to help support our students and our student clubs.
Thank you. Anytime.
All right. Thank you. Now I'm going to turn it over to our student clubs. Do we have any students representing a club that would like to say what you've been doing? Any presidents or vice presidents out there? I know we have a few. Just raise your hand and then we will unmute your mic so that you could say what's been going on in your student club. I think we have some people that are shy because I see some students out there. All right. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead here and I'm going to share my screen because I have some important information for students. So first off, this is our main website, and I'm going to so for the international club, this is where it comes to. So for those of you that are students, you can go right here to member club and then click on student ports. So once you're in this website, which is the link I just gave you, you come down here. This is all of our student clubs throughout the globe. And when we start coming all the way down here, you could actually register as a student. We also have advisors and liaisons over here. Just click this on, and then you just fill this quick thing out and you become an official student, and then we'll send you all kinds of information, events. This is how you could go to the International Propeller Club Conference and everything coming up in October. So these are the things that will help you out. Talking about the International Club, if you, the International Club is coming up on October 13th through the 15th. We're hoping to see you there. We're going to, as always, we do help fund some of the students and stuff. So if you want more information on that, you could contact me, Dr. Smith, and I will be more than happy to assist you with that. Okay, and that pretty much answers everything out there. So I want to thank everyone for coming, and I want to especially thank our guest speaker, Kenny Santos, for attending this meeting. And I look forward to seeing all of you next month for our next meeting. Thank you so much.